Hey, what's up? How you doing today? It's your friend Phil here, project management trainer and coach. I hope you're doing great. Welcome to 40 days to PMP and CPM exam success on PMP exam drive time. It's good to have you. So we've talked about quite a few things. We've talked about risk management, and we've talked about chapters 1, 2, and 3. So guess what we're going to do next? Next, we're going to be talking about a very important process of project management. And it's the cornerstone of project management in the lens of the PMI. I'm talking about Develop Project Charter. The Develop Project Charter process is all about authorization for the project, about beginning to chart the course for the project. The project charter is really the output, but a lot goes into developing the charter that is not usually thought of or considered when we mention charter. So what needs to be done before we develop a charter? Lots of things. First of all, there needs to be a project selection process. Perhaps a project selection decision. So following a process, in most firms where this is done to some degree, you've got various candidates, things that could possibly or potentially become a project. And these potential projects, these potential pieces of work, whatever we want to label them as, they are all weighed, they are all targeted for analysis. In fact, in most companies that do this well, no project is a project if it has not gone through a thorough selection process and has been scored, has been weighed, has been analyzed to see if it's viable and if it makes sense. So all that stuff happens even before getting to the Develop Project Charter process. For that reason, we could also talk about a business case that makes a case for the project being developed. So the business case would have had to be developed before the project charter. There would also need to be a statement of work, a statement of what needs to be accomplished before the project charter. They may also, in some instances, be a contract or contracts before the charter. Also in the organization, there are certain elements from the past that could help in the present. And I'm talking about organizational process assets. These are maybe previous charters that are similar to what we need to develop on this project. They could be other forms of templates or tools or guidelines for carrying out this process of developing the charter. Okay? So the Develop Project Charter process is quite straightforward. Once you have got buy-in from the powers that be, from the portfolio steering committee or whoever those folks are in your firm that make the judgment call on whether to carry out a project or not, once you've got that seal of approval, the next step is really to work on the charter. Now, the project charter is not authorized by the project manager. However, the project manager could find him or herself working on the project charter as part of the team that develops it. The person who is responsible for the project charter, whose signature is on the charter, or should I say should be on the charter, is someone known as the project sponsor in the world of the PMI. Now, the project sponsor is someone who is responsible for providing resources for the project. The person who is like that big brother or big sister, that go-to person who, if the project manager is experiencing trouble on the project manager can go to that person and say, I need some help. I need to leverage your power. I need to leverage your influence in the organization. So the main output of developing the project charter is the project charter. The signature on the project charter is that of the project sponsor. That carries the weight. And the project charter is a really great document that helps put everyone on the same page as far as what the project is meant to achieve, what is meant to be accomplished by the project, and it's an all-round invaluable tool in the project manager's toolbox. I mean, if you come on board a project midway as a PM, the first thing you want to look at is the project charter, because it puts everyone on the same page. Everyone who has read it puts them on the same page. So it's one of the sacred cows of the PMI, and for that reason I would highly advise you to read the PMBOK guide again. Mind map the developed project charter process. Understand the tools and techniques being used, which should be a no-brainer. Facilitation techniques, being able to facilitate the development of the charter. In some instances, the project sponsor will work in concert with the PM to develop the charter. Sometimes the PM to be, because the PM is technically not the PM officially until the charter is signed. So the prospective PM could be called upon to develop the project charter alone, and then the sponsor could review it and sign it. Or sometimes the sponsor just does it on their own. So my advice to you, know this process inside out. Mind map it, read it, study it, know the tools, techniques, know the inputs, know the output. There's only one output. And understand where the project charter is used as an input to other places. It's used as an input to plan scope management, plan schedule management, plan cost management, plan risk management, and also to identify stakeholders. So you need to know this code. Know it cold, know it cold, know it cold. Okay? Make sure that you review the terms that I've got at the bottom of this video, either down, or if you're on Facebook, maybe it's the right or left, but wherever you're watching the video, look for the information that comes with it, and make sure you know all of these associated terms. Okay? The project charter questions will try to challenge your thinking and your reasoning as to whether to use a project management plan, or whether what is being described is a project management plan, or whether it's a charter, or whether it's a risk register or charter. Because when you think of it, what does the project charter contain? High-level scope, high-level schedule, high-level deliverable description, and so on and so forth. There are so many things. High-level list of key stakeholders in the project, not going into a detailed stakeholder register, but top of the waves. So you do need to know what's in the charter, folks, and that's why I'm saying mind map it. Mind map all the bits and pieces. High level this, high level that, this and the other. Make sure you know all that, and make sure you know where the project charter is fed as an input. And with that, you won't go wrong, hopefully, on the exam. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow on 40 days to PMP and CAPM exam success. Thank you. Bye for now.